So today we're going to take a look at the dime 2-3 odd, and we are going to run it flipped. So we're going to come out and to play Tampa 2. We're going to make sure to flip it. And to make sure you know it's flipped, you're going to want to make sure that the blitzing linebacker is to the right of the center instead of to the left. If he's to the right, that means you flipped it. So I'm going to show you guys how you can run this blitz a few different ways. I will show you different setups to where you're going to blitz 3 and 4 defenders. I'm also going to show you guys some different adjustments and setups you can do to make the coverage a bit better. I really like this defense because it is super easy to set up and you don't need any abilities to run it, so it will work in every game mode. Now for your coaching adjustments, make sure you turn autoflip off. You set your option, read, and pitch keys to conservative. Your zone drops, you can leave those on default, but you can change them throughout the game if necessary. If you want more content like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. So, the most basic setup. When you see that this linebacker to the right of the screen is blitzing, what we're going to do is we're going to slide him over. Now, this is going to be by default a 4-man rush. When we do this, we can control this player in the mid-read. I will show you guys how this blitz works against different blocking adjustments and how you can even beat advanced protection later in the video. So, this is going to be the most basic setup. Like I said, it's super easy. It's really just the one step. And what you'll notice is this linebacker will loop in through the A-gap. Now, like I said, we don't necessarily even need to blitz 4. We could get a little bit better by rushing 3. So you want to make sure when you drag this guy over, for me that's Hill, that is a fast player. The faster the better. Right now, if you're in cut, you have 99 speed dudes everywhere, so take advantage of that. Now, like I said, you don't even need to rush 4. You can rush 3. So you could put this guy right here that's blitzing the end. You could put him in coverage. Maybe you want to man this guy up. You could replace his hook zone. Maybe you want to use a double mabel adjustment, which we'll show you later in the video. The bottom line is this player over here more does not need to be rushing for the blitz to work. You'll see he can be in coverage, and you're still going to get pretty much immediate A-gap pressure. Now, I will tell you guys the key to where you drag this blitzer over is very, very, very important. If you just drag him a little bit lazily over the guard, it might not work. You really want him to be kind of even over the tackle, really behind where the other linebacker is by default. Now, once you move him there, you can move this guy up, stand over the guard, and it's fine, but just make sure your blitzer is in the right spot for this blitz to be very consistent. Now, there are a few different methods the offense may use to try to counter your blitz. Don't worry, we have ways to counter the counters, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. So one of the most common things people will do is they'll try to call play action. Because once you call play action, these looping rushers will just basically run straight into the line. And the nice thing is, as the offense, you don't even really need to block anybody. A simple play action pass will do the trick. So if I notice on defense that you are starting to just call play action passes every play to pick this up, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to make one slight adjustment to this blitz that will make it come in no matter what. So as soon as I notice you're doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to blitz this guy down and then drag this guy across, but user him. I'm going to put him into coverage, stand over the guard, and at the snap, I'm simply going to run into this lineman, and now the blitz will work. Even if you call play action, it does not matter. This is going to be super easy. The best part about this is you don't even need to rush 4. You can drop this guy back into a zone. You can QB contain. You can do a lot, but really you only need the 3 rushers to make this work. And you'll see against play action, it's still going to come through very consistently. Now, with this being cover 2, there are some weaknesses to this coverage you'll need to know about and how to counter them. The biggest weakness, I would say, is if somebody tries to start abusing the sidelines, maybe calling something like a verticals concept. Now, cover 2 is good on here because you don't really have to worry about getting beat so much by takeoffs, but there are certain route combos that will give you issues. Like I said, a 4 verticals can be difficult because the sidelines don't really get defended that well by deep halves. Now, luckily for us, we can easily counter this. To defend the sidelines better, all you really need to do, if you want to get better at college football 25 and win more games, check out my college football VIP membership on sportsgamerz.com. Put the link to order in the comments and the description. You will get access to all the content I release for college football all year long, including the best offense in the game, the best defense in the game, my secret A-gap blitzes,
my rollout glitch, my run defense, and my pass defense, and much more. Let's dominate together, boys.
Is on the side of the field that the offense is abusing the sidelines, put that safety into an outside third. An outside third is to the left on the right analog stick. Left on the right analog stick. Now, you can do this without even clicking on that player by hitting triangle, triangle, or YY, then that safety's icon, and left on the right analog stick. You can see that the difference between an outside third deep zone and a deep half. Look at the deep half on the right. He's more stuck in the middle of the field, whereas that outside third is going to definitely get to the sideline. So if I run the same route combo here, notice how that safety is in way better position to break that up. Don't even really worry about the blitz. Just look at how the safety is able to get over there to break up that pass. So you only have to do that on the side of the field that you're getting abused to the sideline. But if you needed both of the safeties and outside thirds, make sure that you either user the seams yourself or you put this linebacker into a middle third so that you don't have to worry about getting beat right down the middle of the field. Because if somebody was to just throw a seam streak and you don't have a player in the middle third or you're not using it, that would be another weakness. But you guys can see once we do this, there's really nowhere to go here and we're able to get sacked. Now, obviously, if they had all day, they could eventually find a hole in the coverage. But that's what's nice about this blitz is you're not going to have all day. Now, the other thing about this is when you're in Tampa 2 or cover 2, they can try to abuse you with like flat corners. That's when you want to play double mabel, and this is when you'll want to adjust your zone drops. So if I need to adjust my zone drops, I'm probably going to put the curl flats at 5 and set my flats anywhere from like 15 to 20 to 25. Now, this is just going to do a really good job of defending the sidelines. So if I get into a formation on offense where I'm looking to hit like a corner route, flat, streak, something like this, here, we got Y sail, very common play setup. You'll notice that this does a really good job. So I can still set the splits up the same way, but what I'm going to end up doing here is instead of having these hook zones by the slots, I'm going to have curl flats. Because remember, I put my actual flat zones to 20, my curl flats to 5. So now if somebody's trying to abuse the flat and the sideline, I can easily take that away. Now, I don't necessarily have to do this to both sides. Let's say that they're only attacking the flat and the sideline on the right. I can do double mabel, which is a curl flat and a hard flat. The hard flat at 20, the curl flat at 5. I can do that to the right, but then I can keep my hook zone on the other side of the field. So don't think that you always have to play double mabel on both sides. Sometimes it's good enough to just play it on one side, and as you're going to see here, this is going to do a perfect job of shutting down this route concept. We're able to get over there. We should have picked that off. He did hold on to the ball, but that is good coverage. We'll take that every single time.